We provide you all with a plethora of materials that you can use and share with your community to make sure the entire process is easier and you can also promote engagement. These materials include the resident and administrator manuals, training videos, an invitation template, and all the online resources that you can find at your disposal on our Help Center. Please feel free to use them. Repetition, persistence, and patience are key elements in increasing engagement. So you might need to share and promote the materials on repeated occasions, like Leila mentioned, before you notice residents using the system more and more. For this reason, we recommend you show and use the system in every chance you have. Every meeting, every committee meeting, every chance is a good chance. Remember that use promotes use, and with time, people, staff, and residents will feel more comfortable using the system and the portal. And for you to have a better idea of the benefits of the system and everything they can provide you, we are now going to show you what a resident profile looks like. And I'm going to share my screen. All right. So this is what a resident will see when they first log in into the system. And the first feature they access is this home one. This home feature provides you this front menu. And the sole purpose of this feature is to facilitate the navigation of the system for residents, because this allows you to access the same locations of the system that this side menu does. Again, this front menu allows you to reach the same locations of the system that this side menu does. This is only to make it easier for the residents to navigate the system. After home, we have dashboard, where you'll find a summary of everything that's happening in your community. Here, residents can see any recent notices, social network posts, can click on it, can see the attachments, can click on new notices, and be up to date with everything that's happening inside their community. They can also see any service requests they have going, reservations, and any upcoming events as well. They can also interact with the system right here and create new service requests or reservations, making it easier for residents to interact with the system and have engagement. After dashboard, we have My Unit. This is one of the most important areas for the system for a resident, because this is where residents can control their units. They can add, invite, and delete any other residents that may have, as well as add any vehicles and pets they may have. For example, Chuck, my imaginary dog. They can also manage their visitors by releasing access, like I did here with my friend Josh. Residents can control what visitors they allow in by a period of time or indefinitely. And after they inserted all their invitation or their guest details, they can just use the fast search to look for them more easily. That is everything that you can do here on My Unit. And besides that, a resident can also add additional emails and emergency contacts for all the residents as well. After My Unit, we have Community News. This is where, if you use it with patience and persistence, you can improve the transparency and trust all around your community with its different tools. And the first tool of it is notices. Notices are meant for important pieces of communication that the board would like to share with either the entire community or specific sections of it. Notices generate communication blasts, and these blasts include an email and can also include an SMS and a push notification. That way, it provides you with the different venues of communication to make sure you are reaching the entire community. So like Leila mentioned, maybe you don't have the emails of everyone, they can still receive an SMS, a smart call, etc. You have different venues of communication. And after notices, you find social network. This serves as your community's little own Facebook or discussion forum, depending on how you like to see it. Here is where residents can truly interact with each other and help you create that community hub in the system. Here's where residents can post, comment, and like each other's posts to help you create that community culture, as well as increase engagement. Of course, administrators can um, interact with every post and delete any inappropriate comments or posts. That way you also have accountability. Social network provides you the different subsections. For example, if someone is trying to sell anything, unclassified, etc., to again help you create that interaction between residents. And then after social network, we have contacts. Contacts is another really important part of the system for residents because this is your directory. And thus, this is the main way in which residents can find other residents and message them if they allow it. By default, all information that is provided to us is set for residents as private to other residents. And they can choose if they like to share any of this private information with other residents, as well as they can choose if they like to be sent private messages or not. This means that the resident has complete control over their privacy. They control their privacy by clicking here on profiles and going to settings. Here is where residents, we can choose to share any or all of our information or none of them with other residents, as well as if we want to be contacted via private messages or not. Here, resident can also control their notifications, what a resident would like to be notified and on what. So, for example, let's say that a resident doesn't want to receive any emails regarding notices. Then that resident just needs to click here, click that section off, and click on save. From that moment on, that resident won't receive any notices regarding emails. In that way, a resident can control over their privacy as well as what notifications they receive and on what, increasing their engagement and of course their user experience quality. Here under contacts, you can send messages to the person who allows it, and you can also find and see other people who have a role inside the community. You can differentiate them with this helping hand with a button on top, as well as the role beneath their name. If they allow the private to send the messages, and you do send a message, all the messages that you sent are gonna be handled under one location, that is chat right here. Here is where residents can control order chat and message directly to other residents as well as any groups they may belong to. For example, committees, book clubs, etc. They can also do so very easily. And similar to the chat feature, we have the different talk tos. That this is a direct channel of communication between the resident and specific profiles. And this, of course, helps you and your community facilitate the communication between residents and specific individuals. So if a resident or a community doesn't know what's the name of the property manager but needs help, etc., they can click here on Talk to Manager and create a direct channel of communication between everyone with a property manager profile. And following the same examples, Talk to Concierge connects residents with everyone with a concierge profile, and Talk to Staff connects all residents with everyone with a staff profile. This makes communication easier for residents and increase the usability of the system. Moving forward from chat and all the different talk tos, we have, going up a bit, community calendar. And this is how all the different activities and events in your community can be organized in a transparent and organized way, good looking way, may I add. You can click on any of them right here and you can see the details of the events, where they will take place inside the community, at what time, all the details that residents need to participate. This will increase, of course, the participation of the residents. It will help you reach quorum for important meetings. And let's remember that you can have serious events or activities like a board meeting or fun ones like a bingo night. everything that will help you create that interaction between residents and foment that community culture. So after community calendar, we have service requests. This serves as a work ticketing system. As a work ticketing system is where residents can, as the name suggests, request attention for the board. They do so by adding different requests based on different subjects set by the board, and then the board can route them to the best person responsible. This allows you to have everything in just one location, as you can see here. All the communication flow between the resident and the requester, everything will be kept here with all attachments, and I can reply, and everything will be kept here, which will allow you for a faster resolution for that request, whatever it may be. If that resident created this request under a wrongful subject, you can change it, you can close it, everything to help you manage that resolution. And at the end, the resident will be able to rate the satisfaction with how that service was handled. And that will also provide you more accountability and interaction between residents. After service request, we have a package. Packages is a way that is a really interesting feature that allows community to track and notify residents when they receive a package or when a package is waiting for them. They will all be handled like this. Residents can see at what time they arrive, the package arrived, at what state with a picture, and that way will help you improve the safety and the usability of the system, as well as the accountability. People can access all details, and that way as well help your community get rid of those porch thieves. No one likes them, right? So after packages, we have reception. Reception is where residents can grant access to their visitors, friends and family, etc. They can also do so, if you will remember, under My Unit. However, they also have they have the different feature under reception, where they can also grant access for a specific period of time or indefinitely. And they can access all the reports of previous visitors, etc., to help you with board meetings and accountability as well. Again, after the resident has created their information of a visit, they can use the fast search to make the process a lot smoother. And that is it with receptions. Now we move forward with incident reporting. Incident reporting is our violation reporting tool, and this allows you to increase the conflict resolution capabilities inside your community and make everything easier, as well as keeping it private. That way there's no prying eyes, there's no problems regarding the residents in this resolution. They do so by clicking here on the green plus button and selecting that everything that may have happened, add an attachment as well. And the board can also create an incident reporting on behalf of the board, in behalf of the community itself. And that is everything with incident reporting. This will allow you to improve the conflict resolution inside your community while maintaining the privacy of everyone involved. Moving forward, we have amenities, where residents can start reserving and using the different facilities inside your communities. As you can see, and the board can include if an amenity has any limit of capacity. In this COVID world is very common, as well as any fee related to it. And a resident just needs to click on any amenity that they want to use. They will be able to see if they are occupied, at what times and days. They can just click and select what time they want to use that amenity and click on reserve. It's that easy. That will help you promote the usage of the facilities in your community, as well as increase resident satisfaction and engagement. You can also see all the reservations that a resident made, they were pending, in different options right here. Then moving forward from amenities, we have documents. Here in their documents, a resident can access all the different files, folders, and subfolders being allowed and published by the board. They can access the file by clicking on it, or they can just download it, whatever works easier for you. This way they can access any board meetings, minutes, and any important documents that need their attention. And of course, they will also help you create and format the use of the system. A good solution, I will recommend you consider adding the different materials that we provide you, like the tutorial manuals, etc., right here for easy access for your residents as well. After documents, we have meetings, where when a meeting has been set by the board, like it is here, people can register their attendance and access the meeting itself. This is a very interesting feature because it's one of our most innovating ones. This is an integration that we have in place with Zoom. And this allows you to have and access this Zoom meeting without having to pay for a Zoom account. The recording will be available for everyone after the meeting has been finished. And this allows you, because it's an online meeting, to have quorum, make decisions, and keep the workflow of your community going, even if a lockdown comes back in place. If it doesn't matter. You have quorum, you have the ability to make decisions. And you can also have different votings set through here as well. Which leads me to the next feature and the last feature for our resident, that is voting/survey. Here is where, once a committee or a voting or a survey has been created by the board, a resident can access it. You can see the details. If it's published, it can see the details. It can vote if it's open still. And once the voting has been closed, you will be able to see the results of it right here. Of course, they will help you give voice to the residents and increase their engagement in the community affairs, as well as using the system. And lastly, what I would like to show you is how a resident can actually manage their account and change their things, because the usage of the system depends on the resident feeling comfortable using it. And by clicking here on profiles, they can go to my accounts, and residents can change their personal information, change their emails, passwords as well, everything to help them feel more comfortable using the system. If they have more than one profile added to them, they will also have this option where they can change between profiles. For example, if they are a board member and a resident. They can also click here on settings that we already went through, as well as log out of the system. And this is everything that I like to show you from the residents profile.